Hello and welcome to a very important episode of Cruel Summer. It's episode 8, the night of Luke's murder. So obviously the events all take place on the 1st of January because it's shortly after midnight. In the innocent timeline, Megan is all giddy about her kiss with Luke. Later, Megan and Luke hang out and Iz feels a bit like a spare wheel. Upstairs they're making out and Megan says that she's excited to explore with him and be each other's firsts. She assumes that he's still a virgin as well and he doesn't tell her the truth, that he and Isabella did have sex. At the car wash later, Brent's now ex, they broke up, and Isabella start talking and getting friendly. Isabella is excited to start her first all-American high school experience. Later, when Megan and Luke get to the car wash, Luke and Isabella chat and he pressures her a little bit into agreeing that they shouldn't tell Megan that they had sex. Isabella says that she doesn't want to lie to her best friend, but Luke insists that Megan is really sensitive and he doesn't want to hurt her, so Isabella reluctantly agrees. They're not going to tell her that they had sex. Later, Brent approaches Isabella and says now that she and Luke are over, maybe they can hook up, but he says it in a much grosser way. As she walks away, he pulls her bikini strap, but she covers her chest just in time. He calls her a tease and he tells her that she wanted it, acting like his usual creepy predator self. And then, after he walks away, Steve walks by, as in Luke and Brent's dad, and he tells her, no, you're fine. Boys will just be boys. So this whole family is rotten, which I guess we've known for a minute now. That winter, Megan and Luke get to the cabin. Remember they left the New Year's party at the cannery. Anyway, as they're making out, Megan says that she wants to try something different and she brings out rope. This looks like the kind of rope that you'd find at a hardware store, the kind that kidnappers use, or the kind that you would tie your boat to a dock with. I think it has something to do with the fact that I know that Megan wants payback from Luke. To me, that rope looks really sus, but Luke is all for it. Megan ties Luke's wrist to the bed and he asks if they should have a safe word. The absolute awkwardness of this made me laugh and cringe. Luke probably doesn't consciously realize it, but something, his survival instinct probably, is making him a little nervous because Megan's tying the knots pretty tight. She also ties his ankles. Then Isabella shows up. The girls confront Luke about the plunge lie. Remember, he lied to Megan and told her that Isabella was the one who kissed him when really he tried to kiss Isabella and Isabella rejected him. He finally admits then that the kiss was on him. Megan has a camera out and she's recording all of this as he's pleading to be let go. I don't know, I think that these girls are acting a little bit uncharacteristically unhinged. They drug him, both Isabella and Megan break a capsule into his drink, record him, and they threaten to release this tape to the whole town. Luke says that all the talk about him hooking up with both Isabella and Megan was him just trying to be cool in front of his friends. The girls eventually get another confession out of him then, that Luke was the one who secretly recorded himself and Megan having sex and it wasn't Brent. Luke's really panicking now and he tells Megan that he actually wanted them to watch it together. He tells Megan that Isabella lied as well and he says that they had sex. This starts a fight between the girls then, which is what Luke wanted, and Luke tries to villainize Isabella. In the present day, Megan is frantically messaging Ned, the computer guy. Iz comes into the room then and she tells Megan that the sheriff knows that they lied. He knows that it was Megan on the tape and not Isabella. Megan says that they have bigger problem. Steve, Luke's dad, thinks that Ned, the computer guy, killed Luke. Iz asks whether that doesn't put them in the clear then, and Megan says no, Ned has security cameras at his house that are on all the time. And there are security cameras on the road leading to the cabin or something. The girls agree that if that footage in that location on New Year's is seen, it could mean trouble for them. So they make a plan to get the footage before anybody else can. They break into Ned's bunker and Megan tries to find the security footage on his computer. Just as she finds it, the sheriff walks in, catching them in the act. The girls are brought down to the station and Iz tells the sheriff that they just went there because they had some questions for Ned. The sheriff makes Megan repeat her statement about what happened last night and she says she and Luke went to the cabin to hang out, she went home, and then when she went back the next day to take him to the train station, he was gone. Isabella says that she wasn't feeling well at the party, so she left the party early. She only saw Megan again the next day. Then the sheriff brings out the tape of Isabella and Megan conspiring to make Luke pay for lying. Obviously, somebody took a recording at the party. He's questioning them separately, trying to get them to tell the truth, and also kind of scaring them about potentially going down for this alone. So in this way, the girls are going to have to betray each other to save themselves. Megan and Iz both admit then that they were both at the cabin, but that everything, including Luke's death, was the other's fault. So yeah, they are kind of turning on each other to save themselves. At the end of the episode, we're back at the cabin and Isabella is really upset. She also grabs a gun from somewhere. She's holding a gun and she's pointing it at Luke, shouting about how Luke is lying and that it was his idea to keep the secret from Megan. He needs to take back his lies because she is a really good friend. Luke does himself no favors. He keeps stoking the fire, telling Megan that Is will leave soon and she won't even remember Megan, and that they, Luke and Megan, have known each other forever. Megan is panicking. She's completely lost control of the situation and she's trying to get Isabella to put the gun down, but Isabella gets so provoked, mostly by Luke, that she fires the gun in Luke's direction. And yeah, that is episode 8 of Cruel Summer. Now, I gotta say, I think that their payback plan, was really uncharacteristic of both of them. Now, we know that Megan was already starting to break bad with the fake ID thing and then changing the grade, but basically kidnapping somebody, drugging them, and threatening to out their secrets to the whole town, it feels a little far, even for Megan. And Isabella, we know that she's gotten into trouble before, but she just seems more reckless and troubled than a criminal or a bad person. I guess I never saw this in either of them, and I compare it to last season, Jeanette. Even when she was innocent, nerdy Jeanette, there was always something a little bit sinister about her. And so that reveal about her in the end, it made so much sense. I never saw that plot twist coming, but as soon as it happened, something in me went, I knew it, because you just get that vibe from her. Anyway, back to this episode. Remember, we saw Isabella firing the gun, but we didn't see Luke getting shot, so we don't know how this is going to unfold. My theory, if we're going to go with the girls did this murder together, Megan called Ned as someone that she trusts to help get rid of the body. Obviously, Ned hates the Chambers family. He threatened Luke as well. So could he have helped them dispose of the body? I don't know, you would think he has more sense than that, right? Even as the town weirdo. As I'm saying this, I'm realizing now that if Ned was involved, he probably would have gotten rid of the surveillance footage. And she wouldn't have needed to break in because that was a lot more effort. Yeah, I don't know. We still have that money that's in Isabella's bag that's unaccounted for. We have Brent really guilty around Ned. I guess we're going to see in the next 2 episodes. Anyway, if you have seen it, feel free to share your thoughts and thank you for watching.